Hey guys, what's up? It's Erin, and today I want to try to create a Christmassy vibe look for you guys. And so I have a whole lot of like reddish, green, almost peachy tones, and we're just gonna see if this works. I zoomed you in already so that you can sort of see what's going on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the e.l.f. Blemish Control Face Primer. I did just get out of the shower, so my pores should be open a little bit. And take about that much into your hand, put the lid back on the pump, move it out of your way, and make sure that your mirror's open, because you know, it needs to be open. So just rub it between your fingers and apply. And then just do what you would do if you were putting on a lotion. Okay, please excuse Mr. Zit over here. I'm trying to not pop it so I don't get scarring, because that's not fun either. Alright, so we've got that down. We need to put on, what I'm going to use is the Photo Focus Face Eyeshadow Primer by Wet n Wild, and I'm going to put that all over my lids. So you only need that much on your finger. So just go ahead and screw that cap back on that tube and get it out of your way. So you take it on both fingers and you go to town on your eyelids. Make sure to get the under eyes as well, because you will be putting things on there anyway. Tap it in. It's nice and tacky now. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Real Techniques sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in the shade Rose Ivory. Shake it really, really well. And then I apply it directly to the sponge, because it falls off whenever I do it on my own face, where it's just the spatula or just the sponge. And you know, you want to avoid that as best you can. So I'll go ahead and put that there. And we'll go ahead and start to blend, because I have a lot of redness going on right now. So just gently tap around, spread the product as evenly as possible, and then go in. And we are going to add concealer, so those little pesky spots, they're not going to be there for long. Now some people wanted to know what I do with my foundation, so that's really the only reason why I'm doing it on camera for you. And some people say that this oxidizes. It doesn't really, at least not on me, but everyone's skin is different and reacts differently, so it's all good. So I'm going to go ahead and take the foundation again, get that forehead. So there we go. Pop it right there. And now we're going to address our forehead. So I'm going to look down for this. And if my skin is super red on camera or otherwise, it is because I did a bentonite clay mask. I've talked to you about that before. I have a different brand, but it is called the Aztec Secret Indian Healing Clay on Amazon. So if you want to buy yourself a container or two, it's not badly priced or anything like that. So it's definitely one worth looking into. So now that I'm done putting foundation on my face, because I don't put very much on, I'm going to go ahead and use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer and do as it suggests. And let's conceal these really red eyes and under eyes, as well as little zit ferns here. And I do it around my mouth line too. Gets a little bit in the nose. And then we can just go ahead and we'll take our sponge, use the pointy end, and just really get into the grooves of your nose. Because nobody wants to deal with that. I'm going to take the flat side and pat in my eyes. Now you can use the pointy end to really buff it in if you need to. Okay, and now I usually put on a powder to set it, but I don't think I'm going to do that today. So we'll go ahead and really let that sit for a second. Oh, the zit. I hate that zit so much, it hurts like heck. Okay, so I take that back because this is super freaking tacky. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a brush here, and really tap in. Like, don't use too much. Just tap it in, don't move it, because we don't want the product moving around. Okay. Alright. And I was going to do my brows, but no, we ain't doing brows today. Just not going to do brows. It's totally fine. I mean, you can comb them out if you like, but you don't need to do too much about that. So what I'm going to do, as far as the colors are concerned, we're going to be using some green and a sort of reddish shade. So I've got two ColourPop Super Shock shadows. So this guy, called Paradox, is really pretty. That is most likely going to go into my crease. I know for a fact that Cusp is going over the green that I will be showing you today. The green that I will be using just to start it off is going to be this green from the Wet n Wild Poster Child palette. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in a little bit here. Dear word, that's close, but we good. Okay, so move that powder out of the way because we don't need it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a blending brush right here. This is a ColourPop blending brush. And I'm going to go ahead and dip ever so lightly into that green shade. Knock off whatever excess you have into that particular color. And here we go. See how crazy pigmented this is? Now I am going to try to get into that little socket, but I may leave a packer brush to that one. So go ahead and put this on your other eye, because we do want to make sure that everything's equal and done at the same time. So these are very simple ones. I'm going to go back in for a second layer. And notice how I'm just patting it in. I'm not like sweeping. Sometimes you have to do that. So go back in. Okay, again, just patting it out. You do want to get it onto your lash line so there aren't any harsh edges. So these are the lids that we get from the Wet n Wild palette. I'm going to go ahead and go into that shade Cusp by ColourPop. And I'm going to go ahead and take the same blending brush and just kind of go in here really, really good and pat it onto the eyelid here. Now, if you know, there's times where you're going to have to use your finger. This might be one of those times. Okay. Okay. Gonna go back into that shadow and pat it down. Okay. So go ahead and bring that all the way across each one. Okay, so there's the green intensity, so I'm going to go ahead and put that brush away. You always want to put the lids back on your Super Shock shadows so that they don't dry out. So, just a little tidbit. I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit so you can actually see my face. So, I'm going to go ahead and find another blending brush. This is the crease brush, which is very good because we're going into the crease now. So this shade is known as Paradox. It is my favorite shade. It is a ColourPop Super Shock shadow. I'd recommend all of their Super Shock shadows because they're just amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in like so. Really coat the brush. And then I'm going to start to pat that into my crease. And as you can see, it's starting to be a little more pigmented. Okay. Now I may go back into that Poster Child palette just to sort of put a little peachy tone to it. There we go. That's the shade we want. Okay, so that's sort of the reddish color that I was going for. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same action over here. And it is a light touch, but I want something that's a little more intense. So I'm going to keep adding little by little this Paradox shade. And now that we have that sort of going on, I'm going to grab one more little bit here for this crease. Oh, I love that. It's so, so pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and take this shade from the ColourPop palette. I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right here and apply that to my brow. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that in a little bit. Okay, just a little bit here and there. And then I'm going to apply that right there. just to make it look a little nicer. And it does blend in with our Paradox shade, so it looks pretty darn good. Pat it, knock off anything that you may need, and move to your other eye. Remember, we're patting in very gently. Gently, gently. Oh, yes. I love this. Oh, I love this. Okay. So now, I'm going to go ahead and retire that brush. I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara and all that off camera, so I will see you in just a second. Okay, so now that the mascara is on, I ended up using 2 mascaras. I went with the e.l.f. Waterproof Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara first, and then put on the Maybelline Colossal Spider Effect Mascara. So now you're getting a very, very evident look, maybe. Alright, so I'm going to go in now with the blush, and I'm going to take the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, and I'm just going to go into a ColourPop shadow. It is called Fun with Friends. It's a Super Shock Cheek. Now, the set that this came out of, unfortunately, is no longer on ColourPop's website, but what I've come to find is that ColourPop will just basically give it another name sometimes. So, alright. Applied this much. We're going to go softly into the apples of the cheeks. So here goes. Okay. Tap, tap, tap. See how it's nice and subtle? Not too much, not too little. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we got that down. And now we're going to close the Super Shock Shadow, as always. So, the next step that we're going to do is a little bit of highlighting. So I'm going to go ahead and take, I'm going to go ahead and take a fan brush here. Sorry, I had to find the fan brush. And I think we're going to go into some blushed gems. So let's just pack this color on here. Okay. Not really showing up too much, but it's showing pretty good, so there we go. See, with the baked shadow, you really have to kinda be still with it. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of highlight. Okay, now the other side. Okay, so that's highlighted a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the Moonlight Pearls, also by e.l.f. I'm going to take the same fan brush. Just really load the fan brush. Okay. Okay, got a little bit more there. And if you want to highlight the nose, you can. And now I'm going to go into the Pink Diamonds highlight that I have, also by e.l.f. And just really go to town on that. There it is. There it is. Perfect. Alright. So, we have that. And now we are also going to go into yet another highlight. This is called Forget Me Not. It's from their spring pink collection. Just move a little bit of that, oh my Lanta, onto the cheeks. So here we go. If this don't make you shine, I don't know what will. Ugh. Icy and frosty. Okay, so I think we're done on the highlighting. I might have gone a little overboard, sorry about that, but girl likes her highlight. The last piece is actually the lips. So actually I'm going in today with the Runway Ready Lip Palette by e.l.f. So what you get is you get a little mini lip brush inside, and then you get these beautiful shade options as well as a great mirror to see through it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with this pinky shade right here. I may add some red to it, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig into that. See how good that is? And then we're just gonna apply it. Sorry, you gotta be like super precise about this. Okay, so you get a good shade there, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and go into the red because it is a holiday color. So this is the red I'm talking about right now. And yes, they will mix, but it'll be okay. So a little bit of red. Okay. So those lips would work. As you can probably tell, I'm not all that thrilled about how this turned out, but it's not bad. So I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is grab a little bit of something, because we do need to work this out. So I personally just didn't like how that looked. Hopefully I didn't just smear all of my foundation off. Okay. So, and hold on one moment. I'm gonna go ahead and take this double-sided red lipstick, and I'm gonna go with the shade for the daytime. And it looks like this. And you just go on in. No, that's better. Alright, so that is it. Now, normally what I would do is I would set my face and it would last the whole day, but I don't have any setting spray. I mean, I do, but it's like this little itty bitty bit, and please excuse my hair, it did just come out of the shower. So I hope that you guys liked this. Yes, I'm looking at the viewfinder because I want to make sure they look good. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you enjoyed what you saw today. If you did, please hit that subscribe button down below and also click on the notification bell because it will let you know every time I post a new video or if I do something here or there. So thank you so much. For those of you who are returning to watch my video, thank you to all my subscribers. I love you. Thank you so much for coming on. And yeah, I'll have all my information down below that you guys need to follow my media. Alright guys, I love you so much and I will see you in the next one. Bye.